Hello and welcome to week 10 of our love letter, Deep Calls to Deep. We are in week 10 of the book, 52 words, Hebrew words every Christian should know. And I always like to show you the picture and what the word actually looks like in Hebrew. If you're following along with the book, I'm just going to read it right from the book. And our word for the week is Yirah, which means fear. Have you ever watched a sunrise or a sunset and stood in awe? Have you ever camped under the Milky Way and been in awe of the night sky and the sheer number of stars? If you're a parent, I bet you're still in awe of the miracle of childbirth. In Hebrew, the word that we translate as awe is Yirah, which means respect, reverence, and worship. But Yirah also means fear. It's the word used in Proverbs 9:10, which reads, "The fear, Yirah, of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." Truth be told, that's one of my favorite verses. I grew up thinking fear of the Lord meant to be afraid of him, to be scared. I was never quite sure what I was supposed to be afraid of, so I assumed it was because he could crush me at any moment, which is true, I guess, but I had a feeling that was not it. When you watch a sunset or stand on the shore of an ocean, you don't feel fear, you feel awe and total reverence. You feel Yirah. Having the type of awe and reverence for God that motivates you to do his will is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. Do you ever feel like you fear the Lord in that way? I know there's times that I do, and I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I found a lot more depth concerning that word. If you're a word nerd like me, just in case you are, I'm going to take the link that I found that goes much deeper into this topic and just attach the link to your weekly email. And feel free to look it up or to not. And when I thought about the pose that I wanted to do that just reminds me of, awe and reverence, I wanted it to be a powerful pose that was a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to give you some options depending on if you've ever done a pose like this before or not. So we're going to start with a modified version with a chair. So I'm just going to get a very sturdy chair. And I'm even going to kind of put that chair up against the wall. Hopefully I don't kick Frank's plants over here. So what we're going to do for a modified version is I just want you to put your hands on the chair and have your body close to or touching the wall. The wall here is your friend. It's here to give you feedback on whether you've got the balance or whether your hips and shoulders are in the right place. And you're just going to lift the leg farthest away from the chair up as high as you can. If this is what you're comfortable with, you can stay here. If you want more of a challenge, you're going to put your foot on the wall and try to rotate your arms and shoulders, your upper arm and shoulder, as close to the wall as you can. Take a few breaths here. This is a powerful pose. You need good posture. You need to use your breath. You need to engage your core. And one more exhale. We're going to take your hand and aim your hips back to the floor and take that leg down and make sure you try to do the same thing on the other side. If you want more of a challenge, if you know you can do some balance, but I'm still going to suggest you be up against the wall unless this is a pose that's always a part of your practice. And what we'll do from here is I like to start in kind of a high warrior two. I don't get super deep here because I'm going to have to pop my back leg open. And if you notice, I have a block. I have it a little bit in front of my foot. How far forward is going to depend on how long your arms are. Mine's about 2 to 3 inches. Some people have to go farther than that, 4 inches. But again, I'm going to try to get my hip close to the wall so that I can get my foot on the wall as a support to me. I'm going to bend my front knee. I'm going to reach my body towards that block. My hand is on the block. I'm going to pop that back leg up, reach my right arm up, And take a few breaths. Sorry, I'm off the camera here. Let me scoot back a little. Set your gaze forward. And then when you're ready, start to bend your front knee. Tap your leg down. You can take the block with you. And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the other side for you. Remember, one side's always easier to do than the other side. If you've got your chair, you can do this with your chair. My hips right up against the wall. My back foot is rotated in about 30 degrees. And you're just going to pop up on that front leg, put your hand on that block. My heel touches the wall, and I'm reaching straight upward. You can gaze up if that feels good to you, or you can just gaze forward. Take a deep breath here. This is the end of the third breath. Bend the front knee, take it down. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Remember, I always welcome your feedback. Feel free to share this email with your friends. I also plan on adding a few surprises to the upcoming emails, so keep your eyes open for that. Thank you so much for your time. May the Lord bless you with his peace, his power, and his presence. Shalom.